Evening everyone, and welcome again around the fire. Tonight we've got quite a few things to talk about. I think starting from the drive, it's quite an eventful drive. We're going to talk about the cheetah, which I didn't see, but the elephants I saw with you from the side, which is awesome, Rexon.
Beautiful. Beautiful. The amount of elephant that come on that waterhole, you won't believe. It's a lot of them. It's amazing.
Yeah, and ours, and then how they all came past and each of them greeted.
Yeah.
And one of them also played with the equipment a little bit.
Yeah. I haven't checked that on the waterhole because I was a little bit far from the other side, but it was a very amazing sighting. Look at the elephant coming so close to Vega. Once at this stage, there was one elephant that comes so close directly to the Vega. I thought maybe he will show the display. Suddenly, he decided to turn behind the vehicle, very close, less than a meter.
Yeah, no,
which is really, really amazing.
Yeah, so that was a special thing. And before I get too distracted, we're going to talk about tonight's drive a little bit more, as well as some of the drives in the week, and maybe something just about animals in general. Then also we'll talk to Pete next about something exciting coming along this week with We Learn. It's going to be a very interesting development. I'm personally looking forward to seeing it as well and seeing what comes up. But we're going to talk more about that with Pete, and then also with Herman just about his bits and what's been happening around camp and just lots of activity that we've had around camp with Ellies and just in general. So a couple of things to talk about tonight, and I'll walk through with it with you, and also at the end might be a little surprise, which we'll talk about later as well. So yeah, lucky evening. Rex, and the drive was busy. I didn't even know about the cheetah until I heard about it a little bit later.
Yeah, you know, drive was very, very good, and the cheetah is, you know, it's, for us to see cheetah takes some time, but you know, the one thing we haven't spent much time with the cheetah because of really, you know, the rules of the reserve. I mean, if you get to be staying long and the cheetah's having a meet very close
you said
there.
It's got Nyama as well, so.
Yeah, so it makes me a little bit concerned about the other species that might be coming so close there, start to have interaction, and that cheetah might get killed. I mean, if he stays there, definitely, I believe if a hyena comes there, the cheetah definitely might get killed tonight. Or if a leopard comes so close on that area. It's very full. If you eat the whole female impala, she won't able to move very far. So it won't able to run, and it's one of the reasons that I left on the sighting itself.
Okay, where was it, Rick?
Not so far on Gary Main Shibam Road, just was on the junction itself. About like 15 meters
okay,
west.
It's quite thick there as well. So.
Yeah, it's very thick. I mean, if you pull the vehicle, you block the view from the other side where the cheetah should have to benefit both direction of the view if anyone comes there. So as we all concerned, I mean, with cheetah, we all like to see cheetah. The only reason why I pull out, I want to see that cheetah tomorrow.
Of course, yeah. Preferably alive and well, running around in the full belly.
Yes.
Yeah, it's been quite a week for cats as well. Well, Texan also did a few drives, which I'm sure is something else everyone enjoyed. We'll try and get him around the fire quite soon. And the lions, I mean, that was awesome.
Yeah.
Seeing lions again, it's been quite a time since we've seen any of those ones we saw. So
you know,
you found them in the morning.
Yeah, that was amazing. I mean, we were able to stay longer. I even mentioned this. I mean, if you have a chance, take it before it disappears. So we were taking chances. You know, we were taking, chance because we know that those lions, they won't be here soon.
Yeah.
It will take, a while. I mean, we have a nice sighting that day. We have seen the interaction of 2 different or 3 different pride. I mean, I won't mention Mapocho because it's the males that are more dominant in the area. But Kuhumas and Sticks, I see them in the same day, and today they disappear for good. It was very, very good for me to see them. I mean, Mapocho chasing Kuhumas because I know they don't have a relationship with Kuhuma.
Well, not a good one, put it that way.
Yeah, not a very good one. So Sticks Pride was the female that they tolerate them to come so close because members of Mapocho have met with us as far as we know.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it was quite a day, and going back there during midday, just lucky enough to get some interaction when the cubs arrived, all 9 of them. And then that evening with you on camera was just, I mean, it's one of those sightings you almost stand back and you no matter how many times you've seen beautiful wildlife, you just have to shake your head. I mean, we had them all running around together, and the interaction and the growling. And at one stage, I know a couple of people think it was happening on the vehicle because the males and the females had a fight. And it was a spectacular day.
It's really, really amazing day. I mean, unfortunately, we have been able to move very fast because of the environment, quite a lot of logs and so on, and the action itself was happening in the middle of the drainage line. If we're supposed to see those or get that footage, it would be very, very good footage, I believe. we have seen the female suddenly act, going slowly, growling, and you said, oh, the males are coming. And I said, oh, what's going on? Why they have to fight with Mapoko because I met with them? Suddenly I just saw the glimpse of male, and suddenly the female, all of them rock in and push the male off. So it's really amazing. That behavior is something. I don't know. Maybe you can explain a little bit more about that. I was like surprised, getting confused a little bit what's going on there.
Yeah, Rexon, you know as much as I do in terms of behavior, and one of the things we learn over time is that you always learn new things and see slightly new things, but my feeling was just that those cubs were small enough that it's only in the recent weeks, if that, maybe days even, this might be the first or second or third big kill that the males are meeting the cubs, and they're covering so much ground, they probably haven't been around the Styx Pride for a couple of weeks, so it might just be that it's quite new, and as you know, quite often there's tension with cubs meeting males. Occasionally even cubs get killed by males in that situation. So it's always the first few days is quite curious. And during the midday when I was there, when all the cubs arrived, which was just random luck really that we got there at the time with Pete, you could see that the females went closer first, the males growled a little bit, and there was a bit of movement with the females. Then the cubs came up again, and the females hung around, and then we managed to get in there, and the cubs went closer again. And at one stage the males came out, and the cubs just everywhere, and but then the cubs came back again. They were growling and hissing, and there was all the interaction, and the females were close to them. But there was a bit of nerves, obviously. But I think it's just that the males are literally just getting to know those cubs now. So, and in the end, like you said as well, there's Mapoko running in their blood, so they also give their growl when they want to. And it was just a special time, luckily for us, happening where we could look at it live as well. So
yeah, it's amazing. As good as you said, it's the same what I was thinking, because it was the first time for the males to join with the youngster. It will be always that interaction with the females. So really, we're looking forward maybe next time if the buffalo are here and Mapoko comes back or Styx Pride come back, if they're able to kill one, we'll always get to see them. Maybe in the spring, because it will be a little bit of rain. It could be a change of animals' territory. They might move towards this area, Mapoko. They might stay there, you'll never know. Yeah. But we're looking forward, because of changing of the season, they might come back.
No, for sure, with a bit of change and like you said, the movements of it. Now, Rexon, another thing, and myself and Rexon spoke about it a few times, we were hoping to have Charles here tonight from Boyatella, the head ranger of Djuma. He's unfortunately away at the moment, but will join us in the next week or two for Around the Fire. And also just to get a bit of a story and a background from him. They drive a much larger area, so they see these lions and other things more often. They see white cloth and the kuhumas and so on more often. And point is, we'll get Charles in here at some stage, but also just to get some stories. If we think back to Charles has done it for a long time. You've been in the bush for a very long time. I've spent a long time in the bush, and there's so many great stories that we tend to forget about, and sometimes Around the Fire they come along. So I mentioned earlier, Rex, and I'm quite keen for you to tell us one of your maybe a bit more on foot experiences with a leopard, or something that when you think back to an experience I've had, something always stands out, and maybe something with a leopard.
Something that I will never ever forget in my life. I have one story that I would like to tell, but it's very, very short. It was myself, because I come, down south of Savisand. I was a cameraman before, and one day I suggested, let me go and take some silhouetted shots, sunset and so on. And then we hop in the vehicle with the members of the crew. We're all like 5, 6. Then we go one of the area. It was a little bit of rock that stand out in the middle of nowhere.
Like bouldery.
The bouldery, something like that. And we all jump on top, and because it's a little bit high, and we can able to see the sun dipping behind the Drakensberg mountain. And we just set up for a camera and set to film. And the one guy, he was not doing nothing, because
at this stage the sun was still just a little bit up.
Little bit up,
still a bit of light.
Bit up. We're having these old camera Alfrex with it have so-called, it is called variable speed. It's a little bit noise.
Yeah.
If you take the sun and put the speed, it make noise. It make the sun move very quickly. And one guy was just playing on top of the rock because he doesn't have something to do.
Yeah, he's just enjoying.
And there was a little bit jackalberry tree on top of this rock, and you can see the root is going underneath. It's a little bit cave, and we're all like, playing, and after taking all the shots, we were all like chilling out and talking fun, and suddenly the guy was playing with the log, with the roots of that tree, shaking the tree, suddenly we heard the growling, and I didn't understand what's going on.
Except that he suddenly listened, I'm sure.
Yeah, listen. I said, guys, something wrong here, listen. Soon I finished to say, on that minute, leopard was just boarding up on the cave, shooting out on top of the cave. And I was between him and the guy that he was playing. I was standing on the other side of the tripod and the camera. I can see the tail hitting the legs of the other guy.
Tail,
yeah. And the leopard goes
coming around like this now. The tail, yeah.
Coming around like this, jumping off, run like few meters, 10 meters, and come back again. Jump on top of the rock, making noise, and we all like shouting, stop, stop. And there was a guy, he wants to run away. And you know, if you break up on that unity, the leopard will signify the one that is out. Yeah. And we all like, hey, don't run away, slowly making noise. And slowly we pull off from the rock itself and go to the Land Rover.